All right, this video will assume that you have been playing City Heroes for a while and that you know the basics of the game. This is not a video for new players. Super helpful information if you are a new player. But I think I'll be open to tell you guys I'm a dummy. And I didn't know about these tools. And when I learned them, I got twice as good at the game. And I've been playing COH for off and on for years and years, but let's just go into it. So first of all, when we look in the game, when we look out into the game world, this is an energy blaster. Targeting is annoying in City Heroes sometimes. You got the camera moving around, your character's moving around. If you are in, especially in a large group combat situation, you have a bunch of teammates and they're all spamming moves and doing shit. Like the screen is busy. Like it's colorful. There's powers going off. There's shit happening. I personally have a hard time finding my mouse in that chaos. Like literally just seeing my mouse on the screen and clicking a guy and the enemies move in and, you know, whatever. So first of all, target nearest enemy is a game changer. And we're going to find that option when we go to click menu, right above your health bar. You probably know where this shit is. Click menu, hit options. Go to your key mapping and scroll down until you find the targeting area. It's right here. Obviously, tab targeting is target next enemy, which for all intents and purposes might as well be target random enemy near me. That's fine when we're alone, when we are fighting 4 or 5 guys. That's fine. But when you're in a group and there's several groups of enemies around and you just are spamming tab target, it's very easy for ranged characters of any class, any ranged attack or ability to accidentally hit tab and attack an enemy from a secondary group and pull together 2 groups, and you might wipe the group out that you're in, or you might get yourself killed. Tab targeting to me is not the most valuable way to target. You need to go ahead, I highly suggest binding target nearest enemy. It is like the 4th one down under target. Target nearest enemy. Bind that thing to a key that is easy for you to hit. It is not a random selection. It will always target the nearest enemy closest to you, which makes landing moves so much easier. This is super valuable if you are playing a character that has a mix of melee and ranged attacks. Off the top of my head, that would be the attacks and the abilities available for the blaster secondaries, or for dominators, who both of those secondary options for dominators and blasters are a mix of melee and ranged moves. And here you are in the middle of combat trying to combine like clicking on the guy and hitting a power, and then you're trying to track all the other combat information that's happening visually on screen, like who's doing what. If you're trying to like target a specific lieutenant or boss, it's kind of a lot. And if you want to play as fast as possible, I would super recommend binding target nearest enemy. And this is an energy blaster, and I'm just gonna fight this little group of dudes and show you how the difference that this makes. Obviously, this is a good example because energy really, the survivability comes from targeting the guys that are nearest to you and knocking them away from you. Alright, so let me show you what's going on here. I want to kill the guy nearest to me, that guy. Target nearest, knock him away. Now I'm going to go back to blasting. Now this guy is right on top of me. Oh, this guy's the biggest threat to me right now. Target nearest, knock him away. So target nearest like lets you get a ton more valuable, or a ton more value out of all of your abilities that mix any of the power tree selections that mix melee and range. It's going to make targeting this stuff and using those powers so much easier. Obviously, as you level up dominators and blasters, you're going to be able to eventually drop those melee moves and probably just focus on ranged and AoE. But for some builds, that's quite some time. That's a lot of time to be struggling. Or also, the ability to instantly target something close to you while you are moving in combat, like basically lets you almost instantly select the target that you want. And I kind of have a hard time. I'll show you. Like if I'm hitting tab, look, I'm actually targeting stuff way over there because it's on my screen by tab. I don't want to target that stuff. It's so far. I mean to target these 4 guys. These are the guys I'm going to fight next. Target nearest. Target that guy. You know what I'm saying? The other way that this is really good is instead of having to run around and combine the mouse movement And this is a subtle thing, but let me explain. If I'm using my left hand to control my character with WASD, and I'm trying to at the same time move my mouse and select a select a target in combat, I'm having a hard time turning the camera at the same time because I have to hold right click to turn the camera. You can hit Q and E by default, but that's so slow. Like, here's something I've gotten so fast at doing is I can just run through combat and let me clear my target. Let's say that I want to target this guy in the middle of combat. Instead of having to like I'm just gonna run by, hit target nearest, and then dance past him like that and start blasting. No, those guys are coming near me. Target nearest, knock them away. Well, I missed the move, of course, so I look like a dumbass in my video. That's great. But target nearest, knock them away. And now this is the biggest threat in front of me. So try binding target nearest enemy and experimenting with it, combining it with your movement to help you target what you want. Another quick tip is point the camera down to bring stuff out of line of sight. So tab, tab, tab is selecting all these guys. But if I move them off my screen, I'm now only going to cycle through the stuff. You can see right under the top left side of my window that I'm only cycling through targets that are on the screen. I'm not actually cycling through these guys that are off the screen. So if I combine the off-screen tip that I just explained to you by pitching the camera down, I'm now only going to be like able to target these three guys that are currently on screen. So when we combine these things, I can dance through combat, look down, target nearest, and now look, my conical move is way more effective because I'm able to basically, when you get the hang of this, you can kind of use the camera itself to target just by looking, target nearest, throw these guys around. Oh, that guy's the closest thing to me. I'll clear the target, for example. This guy's the closest thing. I want him away from me. Target nearest, knock him away. Target nearest. These guys are the guys I want to kill right now. Target nearest, let me kill this guy. I'm not hitting tab, I'm hitting target nearest. Target nearest, get away from me. I'm not hitting tab because I might accidentally select these guys out in the battlefield, which I don't want to. I want to target the nearest guy. So rebind target nearest and start playing that way and see if it doesn't change the way that you play the game. Here's one more huge tip. I played for like, I don't know, off and on for 20 years with this game, and I never tried this or thought about it until like a couple weeks ago, and it's changed the game. Turn on the enemy health bars above their head. Boom. I'm going to put the code, I don't know if it's code or script or whatever, I'm going to put the macro script for these two bindings that you see on my screen to turn enemy health bars off and on. I'm going to put them in the description of this video. I'm also going to post this on Reddit. I'm going to post the direct link to where I posted this on Reddit where that macro script can be found. All you have to do is copy the macro script, put it, and then just enter the code into the chat bar, and it will make these buttons for you. There it is. It made another copy of the button for me. And then just move them somewhere, wherever you feel comfy. Now, this is really valuable information to have all of like the current battlefield information much more visible on your screen, because first of all, like you'll see groups of guys and not wander into them when you're like running around with super speed or fly or whatever. You're gonna see them more easily and not run into them, not accidentally target them. And then more importantly, I can now visually see, because minions that are my level are always white, lieutenants are yellow to me, bosses are orange, elite bosses are red. I can just visually now see which one of these guys are bosses, which one of them are lieutenants, which one of them are minions. And I can also see, and this is super valuable if you're playing a squishy character that relies on damage or relies on control effects or something to keep yourself alive, blasters, dominators, controllers. It's really valuable to know how much health is left on targets in the middle of combat without actually having to hit tab to select them or look at the targeting window. That is slow. And if you're playing against big groups of guys, or you're playing in a big team of heroes and you're a support character, that's another example of how this is valuable. You kind of want to see like instantaneously what's going on in combat, which targets need to be finished off, how much, maybe even how much endurance they have left, how much health they have left, and if it's a lieutenant or boss, so that you can make decisions in combat. And when we combine that information, the information of the health bars over the enemy heads and what rank they are, with being able to target nearest in the middle of combat really fast, you will get so much faster in combat. Your situational awareness will go up, which is a huge tool for survival and damage and all of that stuff, especially for squishy classes. So now that I have this stuff on, let's just dive this group of enemies and see how this combat goes. So I'm going to pick off a target here. I know that the boss is coming on my left. Target nearest, knock him away. Target nearest, I want to kill this guy because he's on top of me. I will use my mouse to select that guy because I want to hit him with the back of my cone. Hit him with the cones. This guy's still the biggest threat. Target nearest, knock him away. Finish him off. That I know that this is an easy kill right now. I want to kill that before I deal with this boss because I know it was low health thanks to the visual information over his head. See what I'm saying? Like, let's do a big group. Let's see how this comes together. These 2 or 3 tools that I've described come together when we have a big group of guys. If you're someone who plays first-person shooters, this is really valuable. If you're very comfortable on WASD and you're kind of fast, you will get twice as fast in City of Heroes by using target nearest and just keeping an eye on stuff that's happening overhead. See, I can like dance around, tab target. No, I don't want to target that one. I want to hit target nearest and stay on the boss. Look, there's a little minion, low health next to me. Target nearest, finish him off with this melee move. Target nearest now selected the guy in front of me. Target nearest, this was the last target near me. Instead of hitting tab target and maybe hitting one of those guys because they're in the battlefield, no, I'll just hit target nearest and instantly click that guy. Not have to use my mouse. I can just kind of hold my right click, turn my camera around, and do my thing. This made playing blasters so much more accessible to me. Blaster's actually like a class that I do like, but it's not like a main class that it's not one of my favorite classes. But once I've configured target nearest and I configured the health bars over the enemy's heads, oh my god, dude, blasters became so much more fun, so much more accessible. And I got faster in combat. Like, I got better at landing my conical moves and my AoEs because I was able to just like run through the battlefield, select the guy by hitting target nearest, jump away and throw a cone move or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, you'll get the hang of it. So check the description box for the scripting codes for the health bars and try rebinding your target nearest function to, I would recommend the F key. By default, the F key is follow target. I've been playing City of Heroes for like literally decades. I very, very, very rarely auto follow a target. And if you still want to do that, you can just right click the enemy and click on follow. Like, that's not really a function I feel like most players need. So I would recommend the F key, but you do you. Like, maybe if you have a thumb button on your mouse, that might work really well for target nearest. And you can, of course, continue to combine target nearest with tab targeting, like to cycle through targets. Like, if you want to flip through targets and then just instantly flip back to the biggest... I mean, to me, it's the biggest threat. Whatever's the closest to me when I'm playing a blaster is probably the biggest threat that I'm trying to target. So yeah, those are my tips that'll make you faster in combat. I wonder if I could take this group of guys. I mean, I've been talking all this shit about target nearest. Let's see. I did manually select that guy with my mouse because I'm pretty much going to assassinate him as quick as I can. Backing up a little bit. Target nearest. Get rid of this. Get this boss out of here. These guys are becoming a problem, but I'm not super worried about those minions just yet. I'll move them around a little bit. Now, a lot of people, you can visually look at groups, villain groups, and you can just clearly see what is a lieutenant and what is a boss for some of them. Freak Show, really good example. It's very obvious who the tanks are because they're huge. But Sky Raiders, for example, it's not so easy to like instantly know if a Sky Raider is a Sky Raider engineer or a porter or a raider. Like, that's a good example. So you might want to be able to instantly tell, like, oh, there's the raider, and you just kill him, or you probably want to target the engineers first, whatever. Turning on the health bars and the enemy names is a really good way to do that, and it's valuable, dude. I would recommend you guys give this a shot. The last thing I'm going to say is there are in-game options in the menu for turning on health and that stuff, but there's kind of a, I guess it's a glitch that we would call it, where if you don't have enemy names over their head, the health bars won't work. So that's why I recommend using the macros that I put in the description or in the Reddit thread. I'm going to post this on Reddit, and you can get the macro script right up there. And then just save it to like a text file on your computer. and give it a go. You'll be able to, like, when you make a new character, you'll be able to rebind that really easily. That's it. This video is long enough. I'm not trying to keep you all day. You know, like and subscribe if you thought this was valuable, or chat with me. I love talking about this game. You guys have a good day. Bind target nearest and turn your enemy health bars off and on, and enjoy City Heroes. Later.